Aside from all the thanks and all the prayers, please, if you know anything, please, we're begging.
Isabel Celis' parents front and center today in efforts to find their missing daughter. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tammy Vo. Sergio and Rebecca Celis stood side by side today with friends and volunteers at a softball tournament held in their daughter's honor. And while they put on a brave face, it was still quite an emotionally draining day. Mine on Your Side's Valerie Cavazos spoke one-on-one with the family and has more with what they had to say.
Sergio Celis told me that he was tired of feeling helpless and thought it was time to personally begin thanking the community for all of their hard work. He said he woke up this morning and told Rebecca they had to show up for today's benefit softball tournament for ISA, the first of 3 events scheduled this weekend.
For the first time, we see the Celis family smile for brief moments during the softball tournament. Friends and family spent time between innings and games trying to distract Sergio and Rebecca, engaging them in lighthearted conversation and encouraging participation.
Trying to make them have some fun when, it's a time of deep stress.
Grateful for their intentions, Sergio and Rebecca said it was hard to achieve.
It's tough being out here, but I love seeing the smile on my kids' faces. There haven't been very many smiles.
Though there were smiles that tore at their hearts from the little girls playing next to the fields, as Isa would often do at her brother's baseball games.
Can't not look at every single little girl and constantly be thinking of Isa.
What does she normally do as she watches her brothers play?
She'll sit with me for a little bit, then she'll go and run around and see the other little girls, play with the little girls, then come back. Every time her brothers are up to bat.
This is giving you a break mentally then, and emotionally, and possibly physically?
I can't necessarily say ever a break, but, it does maybe help with better endorphins, to help things in that way, but there is really no break.
Not only of being in the spotlight, but of the silence of a missing child when they return home.
It's funny. There was one thing I said, and it's once all this in front and all this that's going on, and it gets quiet behind doors, it's amazing how loud it gets inside your head.
And that softball tournament raised more than $700 to the Fund to Find Isa.
And Valerie, I know the parents have not been working over the past couple of weeks. So they mentioned, are they heading back to work anytime soon?
Yeah, I did talk to Sergio about that. They did take a leave of absence, and both companies have been very supportive of them. But he says, he has to pay the bills, and he does need to get back to work. Both of them need to get back to work very soon.
That's a tough decision to make. All right, Valerie.